I came out in 1997 and there were many fewer resources available to parents and to young people at that time. You know, the internet was brand new. If you wanted to know what it was like to be gay, you would like maybe sneak into a gay bar, or like maybe you had a gay friend, or perhaps, you know, there was like a gay person on television, and that was really it. You were, you didn't have a lot to like model yourself after, or a lot to understand. You didn't have a lot of ways to understand that there were many ways of being gay or being bisexual, or I mean, the word transgender wasn't even on my radar at all in 1997. And so I think that, yes, I would have done certain things differently, but I don't know that I would have been able to in 1997. I wish that I had given my mom more information, or at least pointed her in a direction where she would have been able to get more knowledge about the LGBTQ community, what my life might look like as an adult. But I was a teenager, so I didn't think about her. I didn't think about her process. I was really just thinking about me, and some of that I think is spot on. It was my coming out process, but I do think that had I been able to listen a little bit more to her, and if she had been able to listen a little bit more to me, it would have been better for both of us. Instead, we really, you know, came to metaphorical blows over a lot of things, and I was angry with her for not understanding right away, which, you know, made her defensive, and on and on and on. So I wish that there had been more room for dialogue for us right out of the gates, but we did get there eventually. So my mom started crying, and you'd think that it would just stay in a very serious place, but my nature has always been, or at least as long as I can remember, it has been a nature of like making a joke in awkward or tense moments. So I made like a very light joke of just sort of like, cool, so everyone hates me now, or whatever, like something just to at least kind of break the tension. And then we had finished dinner, so what was nice about that was that there was something to do. There was a task. Like we hadn't just started the meal where we had to eat in silence, so we started clearing the table. And one of my favorite moments from that day, you know, probably my least favorite was my mom bursting into tears, but one of my favorite moments was when I moved to the kitchen and was putting the dishes away. My dad sort of like shuffled over to me and was like, so how about that Gwen Stefani? She's pretty hot, right? And I was like, oh my God. I mean, now it's hysterical. Then it was like funny but horrifying. And I was like, I mean, literally, Dad, this just happened. I just came out. But yes, also, she's very hot. The silence was longer than just right after dinner because I wasn't dating anyone. So there wasn't like an immediate presence for my parents of what this meant. I'm sure my mom, you know, dealt with things and had conversations with my dad and stuff, but we really didn't get too deep into it until I started dating someone, which was that summer. And that's when things got really, really hard, because then my mom had a visual for this and, you know, knew that it was real and an actual thing that was going to happen. But from like November until that summer, things were, you know, a little rocky, but mostly just quiet. We were kind of just avoiding it.